Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattooedteacherplans. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking through my EC teacher lesson planner from this year, and I'm going to kind of show you how I used it and kind of giving you my end of year update like I did with my mid-year. And I'm also going to tell you if I'm going to be ordering another one and why. So let's get into this. So this is a cover from Stylish Planners. I don't have my original cover. I actually put that on an 8.5 by 11 notebook from EC, and it's at school and I forgot to bring it home. So this is the one that I had on the entire year. Now, this planner got really fat, and I will kind of show you why, but it did kind of pop the, you can see the little, it's kind of messed up at the top, but it's like one more week of school and I'm done, so it's fine. But I love this cover. I think it's gorgeous, and I really like her whole style and aesthetic for a lot of her stuff, so I will probably be ordering another one. My sister actually designed me one for like my school logo and stuff, so I'm going to be using that one, but I may order another one maybe mid-year or something just to mix it up. But I really loved this one. I thought it was beautiful. So here is the inside, and I didn't fill out much of this stuff at the front because I just don't need it necessarily. I don't have classroom volunteers. I am a high school teacher. I teach 10th grade world history for 3 classes, and then I do like instructional coaching and tech coaching and all of that the rest of the time. And I also work with the teachers on their goals, and so I have to manage a lot of activities, but this is not like conducive to that, so I just kind of skipped it altogether. Along with this page, I didn't know really what to use it for. I don't keep track of this stuff. I have emails, and I have a Google form where I keep a log of all of the things that I do. So this is also not necessary, but I'm curious to see if you do use this, but not in a traditional way. What do you use it for? Like, do you relabel these or something? So let me know down below. This I did not look back at once, just because the tabs are really easy to get to. So if I'm looking for a month, I can just do it that way. But I do think this is pretty. I loved the Woven Wonder and the colorful in this. Here's another one that I didn't use that I planned to, and then I just never touched it again. So this is, these stickers are from Virgo and Paper, and I'm thinking I'm going to undo them and put them in my new planner. But yeah, I don't know what to do with this either, because I think it's easier to mark stuff on the monthly calendar, but I don't know. Again, if you have another idea for this, let me know. It might just be like some journaling or something for next year, but we'll see. And then I completely forgot this was in here. There's a couple of graph pages, and I just never used them. I just completely forgot that they were in here. But I think that next year I may try to do my seating charts in here, because I like to have those, and then I can just make copies of this for my substitute folder and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to try to remember to do that next year. So there are those pages. Now, the only thing I'm not going to show you in this little review of my year are the notes pages, because they do have like pertinent information about my school and what we're doing, and even some like student names and stuff. So I will not show you that. The weekly pages, I never put student names. I might put their first name, but I never put any like personal information about them. So yeah, I'm going to skip that and go straight to the monthly. So the first month in this planner is July, and we are on a traditional calendar, so we do not have school in July except for summer school. I don't think I was at school except for like this last week. So all of these are blank. This is where I was kind of trying out the format that I wanted to try to do, which I did do this one. You'll see over here, I did try it out here. I started my work days. I have extra days that I need to work, so I have those. And then I'm going to skip again to the monthly page. So here is August. I love how this turned out. It's so busy and crazy. We had 3 weeks of teacher training and stuff, and I also had work days, 10 total. So it's a lot. It's a lot. In Texas, they recently, a couple years ago, changed the student and teacher calendars. So teachers are on days. We're still on 187 days. The kids are on minutes. So the kids are kind of like ahead of us when it comes to how many days they have to go. So we have to go the same amount. It ends up being a lot of work days. So that's what's going on here. But I think this turned out really cute. I like this a lot. Throughout this planner, I used just some stuff I already had, along with some washi, and then I used stickers from the back of this planner, along with just little labels, old EC labels, which I need to get rid of because they're not sticky anymore. But I just used stuff I had, along with a couple of things from Planner-esque, but that's it. I keep it pretty simple in here, and I started using markers. I'm sure we'll get to that, and I really like the whole marker thing, so I think I'm going to do that in my next year's planner. Okay, so here is a work week for me. The teachers weren't here yet, but I was just doing workshops and working at school. I have a giant to-do list over here and just kind of playing with the layout still. And then this was the first week that we actually had back to work, new teacher orientation. This was our first day back to work, and then we had a workshop and then another day. So I started with this. I'll show you how that changed in a minute. But I tried to keep with the color scheme of the month and then another color each week. And I think that worked out really well because each week is slightly different. So like this is blue, and then this one has purple accents. And a lot of that was tied to whatever sticker I put over here in this corner, which I think I need to mix up where I put this sticker because it's super fat over here. Maybe I'll try that differently as well. But I'm already putting Post-its about what I want to do different next year. So let me show you how the first week of school turned out. This is really cute to me. I like it a lot. So what I did over here is just put like any big reminders that I need to see that's usually tied to my actual students, because this is kind of my student section over here. This is my other duties section over here. I did put in my kids' birthdays because I just give them a little treat on those days. But on this week, I stuck with the yellow, but also added red, which I think looks really cute. And this is kind of a theme that I have going through the planner. When I have open space, I just fill it with washi, either vertically or horizontally, and it kind of just fills that empty space and makes the spread look a little more full, and I like that a lot. So then let's go to September. So this is really cute. I like this a lot. The monthly spread is just very clean to me. I like to just put the most important things and meetings on these monthly spreads. So like we have a leadership team meeting every Monday, but I don't put that on this calendar because I know like that's a regular thing. But like meetings that we have with the teachers or events with the kids, I put that on here, which I think I will stick with that as well. That worked out really well because I could just look really quickly here before I scheduled something just to see if there was anything going on, and of course like referencing our Google Calendar and all that. But I really like this spread a lot. This is what a typical week looked like. So you saw it back here with this week. So I used a template from Teachers Pay Teachers. It was a free template, and I will try to find that and link that down in the description if you're curious about that. And you could do like the whole thing with this template, but I just chose to use 2 columns. I actually have 4 on the template, and I just use these 2 because they tell me what I'm doing in the class. The other 2 columns I use for like materials and something else. I don't know. Oh, questions. So those lesson plans I look at before the week starts, but like this is what we're actually like doing. This is the important stuff. So I only use these and I just glue them in here. This worked really well, I felt. So I will probably do this again because I think the format of the new planner is the same as this. I'll have to just double check the dimensions, but I'm pretty sure that it is the same. So I really enjoyed this template. It looks really small, but that doesn't bother me at all because I like to see everything just right here where I can get to it really quickly because I write like things on the board and stuff. So here's a busy week. Crazy. This was homecoming week, I think. Yes, homecoming week. And so I just put in our dress up days and stuff. And then so here's the washi. You can see how I just kind of layer that a little bit. And then sometimes I'll do it vertically. So this format did work pretty well for me for a couple of months. And then I realized that I don't do as much at these two campuses. This is my home campus, the high school. I do the vast majority of my work with the teachers right here. So I just didn't need this much space for these two campuses because I don't spend a lot of time with them. So I'm going to combine those here in a little bit, but let's just keep flipping through and you can see kind of what's going on here. And then let's go to October. So with the months, I just try to keep with the color scheme pretty closely. When I don't have school, I'll just put washi all the way across, usually. I had a day off here, so I did put in my work, but then I put in washi across. And then November, I really liked this color a lot. And this was an awkward week because it was transitioning to November, but I think it still looks okay. This is one of my favorite colors. So I did kind of keep a quote here in the corner the whole time. Okay, this is an interesting week because, oh, look, here when did I make that transition? I don't remember. Okay, let's see. Maybe in October? Yes, okay. So this is where I changed my little headers here to reminders, events, high school, and then I put these together. Now, this gets a little bit muddy because it's like they could be the same thing almost. So I don't know how I'm going to do this next year. I think this is going to be, oh, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I definitely did change this just because I needed more space for all my high school stuff. So let's go back to November. And we were here. Okay, so this was a snow day. So I just put washi across, rescheduled stickers, and we just went about our day. I just moved all this stuff down, I think. Oh, okay, I see what I did. I moved everything down on the template, and then I just reprinted and pasted like on top of it. So for this week, we had Veterans Day. I had a birthday here. We had Thanksgiving dinner, lunch. This was really, that is a tradition at my school, and it's really good. And then, so over here is just for like, you know, a quick reminder. Here's Thanksgiving week. So I just put one strip of washi here. I don't know how else I would do this, but this works. Although I hate like all this open space, but what are you going to do? So this was the week back. This was a crazy week. That's crooked. Oh well. When I have the 3 weeks for progress reports, I have this Happy Planner book that has teacher stickers in it, and one of them is progress reports. Some of them are foiled, some aren't, but those came in really handy. I like that a lot. I'll probably do that again. And then December, we didn't have a ton of meetings because we had star testing or retesting here, and then basically the end of the semester was insane. So here are some of my December spreads. So this is kind of when I got in the groove of my new little format over here. Oh, I started using markers. So that must have happened back here too. Yeah, in October is when I probably started using markers, and I like that because it looks really bold. Then I started using them in the actual spreads themselves, and I really like that because I can write big and take up a lot of space to mark off like important, bigger stuff. So I didn't even put lesson plans down here because I already knew what we were doing with the STEM challenge. So that was fun. And then this week I started writing that because I forgot. And then here is January. So this week, obviously we weren't at work, so I just left it blank. And then this was back to work. So we came back on a Monday, which was really nice. Was this a work day? No, it wasn't. I thought it was, but we had a work day at the end of December. Okay, so I'm just kind of putting in like bigger events like that I want to block off like a bigger amount of time like this. I need to put some washi there or something. It looks weird, but like you can see here where most of my responsibilities are with this campus, so it's nice and full. And then I started marking tutorials over here so I wouldn't forget to remind the kids, and so I wouldn't forget, period. And then here is kind of the end of January. So I took inspiration from this sticker for color choices. And then on to February, we have a little pink spread. And I kind of feel like I started slacking off on my monthly spreads a little bit, maybe. This one's a little bit of a mess, but I remember this week. It was our first book study meeting, I think, and it was good. I had a sub, so again, I just put the washi across the top, or across the bar here. And then let me just flip through up until May, and I'll show you how I ended the year. All right, so this is the last month in my planner. So we have Star Week here. I'm just kind of marking off some days off, some things at the end of the year. We had 2 snow days down here, which is nice because we didn't have to come back for a work day or anything like that. The last few weeks of school are always crazy. I was gone for these 2 days to go to Dallas. So this one looks a little bit bare, but it looks deceptively kind of open, but this whole month is just insane. I actually stopped writing my lesson plans like this because I was getting lazy. And so I did do them on like line because we have to like turn them in and stuff, but I just went ahead and wrote them in just to try it out. And I like how it looks, but I definitely don't have enough room to do this every day. So I will definitely be using my template. But this was this past week. No, this was last week. So we had STAR testing, and I just was doing that almost all day, every day. So we had a half day. That was nice. We had a steak lunch, which was so good. And then this is the current week. So I do use one of my EC rulers to mark my spot just so I can find it easily. But this week, I know it looks like it's got a lot of open space, but this week I barely sat down. It was crazy. I was trying to organize a event for all the teachers, and I had to get all of the stuff turned in for us to go to this minor league baseball game, and trying to get awards stuff ready. It's just been crazy, along with like cleaning out my office. But luckily we started a project in my class, and that made planning and everything super easy because I basically just have to show up. And then this is next week, which is the last week of school. They're going to be finishing up their project these days. We're going to do whatever we can find to do. Who knows what that will be. It may be going for a walk, and there's a museum like not that far from our school. We may be going over there. We don't know. We're just going to play. We may even play some games or something, but they have to turn in their Chromebooks on this day, so we're just going to have to get creative. But we have a lot of events going on, tons of stuff happening. We don't have kids the last day of school, which is really, really nice. They had enough minutes to where they didn't have to come to school. So I just need to turn in my grades, have a meeting, and then Saturday's graduation. That's crazy. And then over here, I just wanted to mark what kind of like, and this is just an idea. I don't know if I'll do it like this, but this is my idea for how I'm going to set it up next year. So I'm going to do my 2 preps. So honors world history and world history. And then here I'm going to do prep for the classes. So like putting something in Google Classroom, making a copy, finding materials, whatever it is, that will go here. And then over on this section, I'm going to do like my 21 CL instructional technology, whatever we're going to call it, here for like my helping the teachers with goal setting and technology and everything. This is going to be for high school events, and then this will be for elementary and middle school events, and then this will be for to-dos. That's my plan. I don't know if it's going to actually end up like that, but we will see. Now, I do have just a bunch of blank pages for the rest of this, the planning pages. I may tear these out because I just don't need them. I'm not doing summer school this year because I'm taking a trip, so there's just nothing going on back there. I did attempt to use these pages, and I think I will actually use them next year because looking back at this, like this would have been helpful for me. I have an online grade book. I'm actually doing a grading project with standards-based grading, so this I don't need, but I can use it to kind of keep track of my communication with the teachers. So I want to meet with them each 6 weeks about their goal, just briefly. So I want to keep track of that for like each 6 weeks. And then just like checking in on them with different things. So we have 2 different collaboration groups this year. Next year, I think we're going to have 4. We're not really sure. It's very fluid at this point. So I'm just going to like hold off on this idea, but I do want to use these next year. But I just didn't touch them. I did label them, which is why I have my giant paper clip on them. But I just didn't do that. Now, I also made this, but didn't use it. And I think this will be helpful next year if I will actually use it. So meeting prep checklist. I have a lot of meetings with teachers. And these are just some of the things that I wrote down that are things that I do at every meeting. So again, this is something to aspire to next year. Here in the back, still hate this quote. I think it's terrible. I don't believe that this is how you should live your life as a teacher. Hate it. Okay, let's move on to the stickers. So there are 4 pages of stickers. I did use some of them, but not enough because I'm that person who like wants to save their stickers kind of. And at this moment in May, I'm like, why didn't I use these? These are so cute. I should have used way more. And I was like, I don't want to use them because then they'll be gone. And no, next year I'm going to use them. And in fact, I'm going to tear these out and put them in my new planner and use the heck out of them because I think they're so pretty and cute. I love these paper clips. So adorable. I like these boxes too. I used quite a bit of those. I didn't want to use these because I love them. And that's dumb because like you have them, use them. They're so cute. I love these little binder clips. So adorable. These are super cute too. Like this whole section I love. Oh, they're so adorable. I'm going to have to use these next year. I think the new planner only has 3 pages of stickers, but I could be wrong on that because I haven't actually like seen it in my hands. This page also, I wasn't using these like I probably should have. So I'm going to, again, use these next year. Okay, the big pocket is really, really nice. This one is stupid and I don't like it. It doesn't hold anything. So I'm hoping that this is a change in the new teacher planner, but we'll see. Back here, I just keep, so world history and all the social studies, at least the high school level, are getting new TEKS, which is our state standards. We don't use Common Core or anything like that. We have our own thing going on over here in Texas. So I have a snapshot of our TEKS. along with a new copy of our Artiques. These have been approved, but they don't go into effect until not this coming year, but the next year. But I'm going to start using them just so I can get used to them, and I just have them in here ready to go. I've also got a tentative master schedule for next year, along with a school calendar right there. I'm not going to show you any of this because it's private, but I've just got some things in here that I will need for next year. So I cleaned this out recently, but I just throw anything in here that I think I need for meetings and stuff like that. It's really handy because it's like heavy duty. So there's a lot of stuff in there. And then back here in the back, I added on 3 of these clear pockets. These are so nice. Now I took everything out just because, again, it has information about my school and people who work at my school. So of course I don't want to share any of that information. But what I did have in here was our school calendar here, which they give to us at the beginning of the year. Then I had master schedules from each of the campuses that I visit. I had a personnel list by campus. And then I also had, let me see what else. I've got it right here because I just took it out. Let me see. Oh, I had our evaluation schedule in here that said, like, you know, walkthroughs have to be done by this time, evaluation, just so I could relay that information to the teachers. And then here is my back cover. My coil was great this year. It withstood everything. I love the Erin Condren coil. I think next year I'll get black. I'm thinking about it still. I'm afraid to get gold because this goes with me everywhere in my bag. To every meeting, I carry it around with me, so it needs to not get chipped because I want it to be beautiful. So I'm thinking black, although I would love to go for a gold coil, but that's what I have in my brain right now. I'm really excited for the new planners. So I've only seen like some sneak peeks and a couple of videos about the new Erin Condren planners, but I am going to buy the new one because I love how much room is in here. I love the template that I used for my lesson planning. This has everything that I need in a teacher planner, and what it doesn't have, I can adapt. So it doesn't, which is not a lot. I like that you can add on to it. Yes, it's geared more toward elementary school teachers for sure, but for me, this like saves my life because it is coiled. I don't like the discs. Everyone at my school is like all about the discs and the, what is it? I don't remember what those are called. There's like a specific company that does like professional disc planners, and I'm not into it. I like this so much, and mainly it's because of the coil and the format and the colors. I'm excited for the new design, and I'm rambling. So let's wrap up this video. So would I buy it again? Absolutely. I love it. It's just everything I need. So if you have any questions about this planner and how I used it and anything specific about what goes on in here, or even if you're a high school teacher or middle school teacher and you're like, I don't know how to use this for what I need, leave those questions down below and I will try to answer them as best that I can. And I hope that you enjoyed this little walkthrough and saw how I used my planner over the entire year. And if you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. And I'll see you next time. Bye!